You ever wonder how homeless people got that way? You see people digging through garbage cans, collecting bottles, wearing clothes that haven't been washed for a couple weeks. They're all wrinkled and torn up. Their faces look all weathered. And you wonder, well, how did they get that way? Or you just assume that they took drugs or they frickin' did something on purpose to end up that way. You never think about like what happened to me, how I ended up that way, do you? You know, you think it's some propaganda that the news brainwashed you, or the media. They don't tell you the truth in this country. They just tell you about the American dream. The few people that actually get lucky and make it. Well, in my case, I worked the most dangerous job in this country for 20 years. I have a brain injury. I can no longer function. I can still no longer function. I can barely remember what I did yesterday or a month ago. And that's the truth. I wish I could. Because if I could, I would do what I used to do. I would work my job. But I can't. And then what do they start doing? They start charging you medical bills, and it takes away everything you ever earned, ever worked for, because they're co-pays. And this is the most terrible medical insurance in the world. This country has basically no medical insurance for its citizens, and they're forcing it on people, and it's worthless. And a lot of doctors won't even accept the medical care, the fake medical care, like Obamacare and all that. I've gone to plenty of doctors and they won't accept my so-called medical insurance that I have. So that's how they ended up on the street with nothing. The doctors, the hospital, and their medical bills took it all away. Why, they're in a desperate struggle just to survive, just to stay alive, until they have absolutely nothing and end up on the street. That's what they do to people in this country. See, if I would have been born in another country and worked the most dangerous job for years and ended up having a brain injury, they would take care of me. Medically and in other ways. But in this country, no. They just want to keep stealing from you. All your tax money, everything until you're dead. They take the money out of your, for frickin' Social Security. They take money out of you for Medicaid and all that. And then when you need it back, they just spit on you. And you get stuck with a bunch of co-pays and you lose everything you ever worked for. Then naturally your wife leaves you because she's used to you making serious bank, being the man, being the breadwinner, bringing home the money. And when you stop doing that, she sticks with you for a while, hoping you'll get better, but after a few years, she finally gives up. And that's how a lot of people end up homeless, and that's the truth. Is once you're working for the government, doing their dangerous, crappy little job for them, you get your medals and all your rewards, but once you get injured and you can't function for their machine, they just crap on you and dump on you and leave you on the wayside. And the media doesn't say anything about it because they're all controlled by big business. That's why you got all the homeless people. And they feed you poison. You're brainwashed about all the poison that you eat that's going to give you cancer later on in life. They don't even tell you the truth about that.